This is a documentary about my favorite band, Cigarettes After Sex. I have been listening to them for about 2 years, ever since 2022. The reason why I decided to make a documentary about this band is because it meant a lot to me, and it got me through a bunch of hard times in my life. This year was especially hard, like in the beginning, from January through May. My mental health was sagging very badly. And let's just say that their songs brought so much comfort to me because, like, I felt like someone was talking to me while also lulling me to sleep and telling me that everything was, like, okay. I mean, yeah, some of the songs are kind of explicit, but I like to ignore those songs. They don't exist in my mind. But anyways, I picked out the most I'm not gonna like the most important songs that I think I enjoyed, as long as like the songs that are like my favorite and that I think are the best ones objectively in my opinion for other people to listen to. Like, did you relate to it in any way, or how did it make you feel?
Yeah, I definitely related to like the whole crashing, world crashing around you. I've had multiple experiences like that.
With your world just being shattered?
Yeah. Like the first time was like when my parents got divorced. That like shattered my world. That was like when I was in college.
That must have hurt.
Yeah. And then actually before that, I really, 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 really wanted to go to NYU for school. And it was the only school that I applied to in high school to go to college. And I didn't get in. And that was my first world crashing thing, I think, that I can remember.
You didn't have like a safety school or anything? You just like thought you were going to get into NYU?
I just thought I was going to get into NYU because I wanted to live here so much. And I didn't, my parents didn't go to college, so I didn't know like what
to expect?
Yeah.
Because you didn't have anyone around you?
Yeah, they didn't tell me like, oh, you should have a safety school because they didn't know. Luckily, I had an advisor who was like, you have way too good of grades to go to community college. You should go to Cal State school, because I grew up in California. And so that was like a lifesaver and a life changer for me. But I remember getting that letter from NYU and just feeling like...
your world had...
Yeah.
What would your rating on the, like, out of 10? What would it be?
For the song?
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah, like an 8. An 8, yeah.
Why is it not lower and why is it not higher?
Not lower because I think it has, like, strong message and strong, like, I really like the music. I really like the vibe of it. Not higher because I typically like something a little more dancey. But in my music, but at the same time, like, I know that's not what this song is,
What type of bands would you recommend for people who like Cigarettes After Sex?
Oh, good question. I would say the first thing that I thought about was the Cocteau Twins.
Oh yeah, I've listened to them too. I love them.
Yeah, I love them. And Red House Painters.
Red House Painters.
Yeah. They have very beautiful music and lyrics and everything like that. And then the other one I was thinking of was Low, who I got to see play, and their music is so slow that it's like you realize that they have a drummer, a woman drummer, and she's like she like plays the slowest drums I've ever seen. And I was like, man, this is like, it's actually really hard to play drums slow. Cause like
it's like such a erratic instrument.
Yeah, exactly. My dad's a drummer and he's like, so like when you see someone playing so slow, but also on beat, it's really exciting.
It's also that's really talent too.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. So those would be my 3 recommendations.
Anyways, would you listen to the song again or not?
I would listen to the song again, for sure. Actually, I have a little playlist on my Spotify that I call Insomniatic Slumber, and I listen to it when I have insomnia, and so I'd probably add it to my Insomniatic Slumber.
Oh, that's amazing.
So the song, it sounds like you've gone through a pretty bad breakup, you know, you're trying to get through it.
Stop!
The munchies can't save you. You
The
know,
munchies can't save you!
you're just depressed, broken. You don't raise your hand in class. You're just
You don't raise your hand in class, I'm
in the
dying!
corner, you know. No one really pays attention to you.
I'm in love with an
Obviously,
emo girl.
It has that emo aesthetic to it. But some people like that. Some people are into that because
I have 5,000
feel
plays
good.
with this exact band and 100,000 minutes on it. No.
Well, I mean, obviously you don't want this person to let you go, but
Yeah, they blocked
mean,
me
did
yesterday,
they?
low key.
okay. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm not sure what to tell you.
Oh, rest in peace.
I'm a little sad now too. Thank you
Oh,
for that.
Yeah.
Is this the point of your documentary to
Yes.
make people depressed?
Yes, to introduce people to cope to my form of coping, and cut. Okay. Anyways, what do you think the difference was between the two?
Can I say something that may be possibly disrespectful? And
Yes,
completely
absolutely.
honest?
We love all opinions in this documentary.
They kind of. So, they were both kind of very similar in vibe and tone and just like moody white boy shit. And so
Moody
they kinda-
white boy shit, I'm done!
I kind of almost immediately forgot the song.
I think you might have issues that needs to be checked out by a psychiatrist.
Okay, wait, I want to listen.
Okay, that's actually something amazing I'm putting in my thing. You're never running away from that comeback.
Is that right?
Cool. I'm listening. This sounds just like the music I used to. Sorry, I shouldn't be looking at the camera. This just sounds just like the music I used to listen to when I was in college, like kind of shoegazy style.
So for like my ending point, I thought that more people would thought that this like band was more like sad, but it turns out that most of the adults were like, oh yeah, I relate to this. And then as for the youngers, they're like, this just made me convinced that I'm emo and have problems, but that's not the case. But I really do love this band, and I'll probably continue this more soon. But as for recommendations and what genre I think that this band would fit in, would probably be indie pop, because one, like, I feel like it's slightly on the more optimistic side with their songs when it comes to like talking about serious topics about love and how love is the muse. I'm also saying indie because it's also sad at the same time. Like, it's like I can see how it's optimistic and both sad. And as for recommendations for people who do like the band, I would suggest listening to TV Girl, Slow Dive, Lana Del Rey. This is from like Yari. It's like Polisa. From Rachel, it would be like the Chocoto twins. I love them. The Sundays and the Cranberries. That's it. Cut. Thank you.